In today's session, we are going to learn about very important grammar items. One of the important grammar items, that is articles. Okay, what is article? Generally, an article is defined as a noun, defines a noun as a specific and unspecific. Okay, what is specific and unspecific? Defining specific and unspecific, let us come to know through one example. The girl who stood there was my cousin. So though there were so many girls, you are particularly talking about a particular girl, and you are telling that that particular girl, that specific girl, was your cousin. So here the is used as a specific thing. Okay, so that is the use as a specific case. In the second example, a rose is a beautiful flower. Here a rose means any rose. It can be applicable to all roses. So it's a commonality. So for common means what? Unspecific. So in the case of unspecific also, you made use of article. So article is a word which is used to define a noun as a specific or unspecific. Okay, yeah, that's it. So articles are broadly two types only. One is indefinite article, second one is definite article. A and an are known as indefinite article because their existence is not permanent, and they also changes based on the sound. Okay, for example, before the sounds of consonants we use a, and before the sounds of vowels we use an. So in some cases we get a, and in some cases we get an. So their existence is not permanent, so not definite. That's why we call them indefinite article. Okay, so consonant sounds, vowel sounds. In earlier classes, our teachers taught us that before the consonant letters we should use a, and before the vowel letters we should use an. But not in every case it tallies. Okay, that's why we should not remember it as a letter, but most important thing is that we should remember it as a sound. Because for example, here see here, E is generally a vowel letter, but we gave a. Why? Because though E is a vowel letter, it produces the sound of vowel. That's why consonant sound is produced by vowel letter. So we made use of a. So more than letter, sound is important in deciding the articles. So you should always consider the sound, not the letter. Okay. And an is before vowel sounds. It should be used before vowel sounds. Simply you can remember all the R to AHA sounds of Telugu comes under vowel sounds. Okay, so if the sound of a particular spelling tallies with these sounds, you simply chose an. Okay, next, and an is also used before abbreviations. For example, he is an MBBS student. She is an MLA, like that. So before abbreviations, you should use an. Most important point. Now let us come to know about the definite article, the. We call the definite article because its existence and its use is certain. Okay, means confirm. In confirmed cases only we make use of the. Okay, for example, before the specific and unique things, we use the. For example, the sun, the planet, the earth, all these are specific and of their own kind. So before such specific unique things, we should make use of the. So we should say the sun, the earth, the moon, like that. And it is also used before musical instruments, the violin, the drums, like that. Before the human body parts. Okay. Ordinals. What are ordinals? The common numbers are used for identify some specificality, then we call them ordinals. For example, first, second, she stood first in the class. Okay, he came second in the class, like that. So those are known as ordinals. Before the ordinals, we should use the definite article the. And also before the names of seas, rivers, mountain ranges, canals, waterfalls, we should use the. Okay, later, some countries. If a country is union of some countries, together some parts of some country became a new country, in such cases only we should use the. For example, India is not that kind of country, whereas USA is. For example, USA is combination of so many places, so many different places people gathered together and they formed a new country and they named it as United States of America. So in such countries cases we should use the. But India is not that kind of country, so you should not say the India or the Pakistan. These are wrong usages. But UK, United Arab Emirates, UAE and USSR, these are combination of countries and became a new union. So in cases of such united countries only, you use the definite article the. Otherwise, you need not to use the before the country name. Next, religious sacred books, the Bible, the Quran, the Bhagavad Gita, like that. And before comparatives, for example, the more you work hard, the more you gain. Okay, so in such comparatives. And adjectives used as nouns. So for example, the blind should be helped. So what is blind? Actually blind is a quality. Quality indicating word means adjective. But in some cases the same adjective is used as common noun. Means the blind should be helped. Here the blind is not used as an adjective. It was used as the blind people in the blind people sense. So the adjective became noun. In such cases also you should use the before adjective. Okay. Superlatives also. Before superlatives you should use the. Okay. For example, R.K. Narayan is the famous Indian English writer. Okay. So superlative the. Next. Now, where the article is not used, okay, before abstract nouns, we need not to use articles. What are abstract nouns? Okay, if certain noun is appeared, for example, you can say it is a duster. I can name it, I can directly show it. So it is called concrete noun. All the nouns which have some proof directly visible are known as concrete nouns. But some things can't be shown, but they have some feelings. They may be some feelings and they have certain things. So those are abstract. For example, friendship, hate, all these things can be felt but not shown directly. So they are known as abstract nouns. So before abstract nouns, you should not use articles. And before proper nouns also, means specific persons' names also, you need not to use article. And before the names of meals, unless specifically mentioned, for example, breakfast, lunch, dinner, you should not use article before them. But in specific cases, you should use article before them. For example, they invited us for the lunch. Here specifically for lunch, they called you, they invited you. So specific purpose. So you can say the lunch. But otherwise, in common cases, you need not to use the lunch. Okay. And before the parts of body, with possessive pronoun. Without possessive pronoun, you should use the parts of human body. Okay. But in the case of possessive pronoun, you should not use. For example, my legs, my eyes, my hands, like that. So my here means possessive. So in that possessive usage, you should not use article. Without possessive, you can use the before body parts. Next, institutions, educational institutions, and also some other prisons, hospitals. If they are of primary purpose, you should not use article before them. If it is secondary purpose, you should use. What is primary purpose? What is secondary purpose? For example, a student regularly attends school. It is his primary duty. So he need not to use the before the title school. For example, you say, I go to school daily. I go to school. Not a school, and school, the school. But today your father visited school to give you lunch box. Okay. So for your father is attending school today not for study, only to hand over the lunch box to you. So here the purpose of visit to your father is secondary purpose, right? So then your father should say, I am going to the school for handing over the lunch box to my son. Okay, so in case of secondary purpose, the is used. Otherwise, before institution names, you should not use articles. Okay, and nationality also. Okay, for example, Indians are good at heart. You say Indians are good at heart, but the Indians is wrong. Before nationality, you should not use any sort of articles. Okay, hope you understand it properly. Okay, very important question, one of the important points, and certainly you get 1 to 3 marks in final examinations under the headings editing and also the second paper close test. So very important one, make use of them, use them in your own words, and also I will send an exercise based on articles, must do and send, and also check the answer keys. Definitely follow. In further classes we will discuss more grammar items, so certainly follow. Okay, thanks for watching. Thank you.